You're listening to A Midlife Less Ordinary, the weekly podcast giving you the lowdown on becoming a cool older dude. The good times are not a faded memory. It's time to start living them again. And here are your hosts, Wayne and Trev.
Yeah, hello everyone and welcome to another Midlife Less Ordinary. Whoa, I got that right this time. And I'm always Wayne and Trev's here.
I'm bringing the noise.
You are indeed. You're a very noisy soul.
I thought that was quite apt for this one, to be honest.
We are, because today we're doing an episode entitled Ramblin Middle-Aged Man. And this is basically a festival that we attend most years now, Trev, when they're on. Yeah, exactly.
When it's on.
We've missed it, haven't we, this last year, and we're hoping it.
Yeah, they did get a lot of the bands from last year to play this year, but it doesn't look like it'll be on again, I don't think.
It's not looking
which is a shame, because some of our favourite bands are playing there, aren't they? Especially it's the first time that Clutch have ever headlined a big festival, which would have been nice, because I've followed Clutch for so long, you know.
Exactly.
It would have been about the 45th time I've seen them, to be honest.
Is that all?
Shocking enough, yeah.
But yeah, the Ramblin Man Festival is one we attend now. We're going to speak a bit about it as we go through the episode. We're going to talk about festivals in general. Trevor's got a lot of knowledge about festivals. He's got
quite a few in my time.
He has been to quite a few. He's got not knowledge about it, lots of things, to be honest. But as you can probably see.
Thank you very much. You're too kind. You are too kind.
I'm thinking of next Christmas already, Trev.
Exactly, that T-shirt. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're going to talk about festivals. Which ones are still great to go to when you're in your middle age? Which one's probably best? Go on, Trev.
They're all great to go to because they're a nice break. What more do you want out of life? Especially if the weather is the whole crux of it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know people can have a laugh in the mud and sort of jump about in it, but really, there's nothing like sitting there listening to music with a beer in your hand on a nice piece of grass, is there?
Just one beer, Trev. Was that's a quiet
yeah, exactly. Well, don't want too many. You might miss a few bags.
Oh dear. I think we've already given that one away.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's but we've been there, done that one.
We'll come on to Ramblin Man, but we'll talk a bit about gigs as well, Trev, as we go through, because we're a revelling country, apparently. A quarter of all adults in this country go to gigs and music festivals regularly. So they all like to roll around in the sunshine as well.
Right. Yeah. Festivals and gigs are really bizarre, because I think people would rather go to a festival because that way they manage to see all the bands, or they think they see all the bands they want to see, which I think might be killing smaller gigs slightly.
Possibly, yeah.
People, if they tour, I won't bother going to see, because they'll probably play Glastonbury, they'll probably play Download. So, I don't think, I know the bands take the festival as part of the tour now, don't they? It's not just like one appearance. It's actually like, if you look at band tour itinerary, it's got festival, small gig, festival. I don't think that's such a great idea, really. Never used to be like that. It was just like one festival appearance. But then I'm talking when Download, which we talk about very quickly as well, was called the Monsters of Rock, where it only had one stage and 6 bands on. And a couple of DJs before that. Now you've got 6 stages and whatever. Yeah, they've changed quite a bit.
Well, that's
over the years.
Second biggest festival in the UK. If I run through
Download,
it is. If I run through the top 10,
is number one, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yeah, Glastonbury.
Yeah, I thought it would be
number one. What's your take? A quick take on Glastonbury, Trev?
It's not for me. I think it's very corporate. It's very clinging on, like you got like all the BBC liggers are there, aren't they, with their like anoraks and their wellies, it's not me. Don't get me wrong, there's been some marvellous bands play back in the day.
It's got the pull, hasn't it?
Yeah, the Beastie Boys played it, Fu Manchu played it, Metallica played it, and I thought that was lame, to be honest. I know I'll upset a lot of people. I just thought it was like the whole thing about having their fans behind them, really, like, what's that about? And again, you got bands like Iron Maiden that said they'd never play it because of what it is, and I can understand that. Don't get me wrong, I shouldn't say, because I've never been, so people will probably, well, you don't know because you haven't been. but it's just the look of it and that kind of stuff.
The mud's enough to put me off, I think.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I remember seeing Motorhead on there; they were brilliant. But then Lemmy could fart, and I think it was brilliant. We can't now, poor old boy. But and I think that was heartbreaking watching Motorhead on there because they interviewed Lemmy. I think it was one of the last interviews he did because I had tickets on that tour before he passed away, and I sat there and watched him and interviewed before they performed at Glastonbury, and it was like. There was they've just taken a person out of an old people's home and dressed him in a Lemmy wig and mirror sunglasses and put a mole on him. It broke my heart watching it. You know, we've all got to get old, but it just broke my heart. I remember Metallica doing a birthday thing for him at the Whiskey A Go-Go, I think.
Yeah.
And basically they dressed up as the four Lemmys and played Motorhead tunes all night. And this is what it looked like, but it looked like Ralph C. Nesbitt in like Lemmy gear. It was but they were brilliant when they played. I know you've seen Motorhead with us, haven't you, a couple of times? And I've always loved them. They're not even heavy metal. They're just rock and roll, heavy rock and roll. They're like a band on their own. But yeah, and you get such a diverse crowd for Motorhead when you go and see them.
Yeah.
As well, don't you? You get punks there. You got people that necessarily don't go to any gigs. They just go Motorhead.
Would they be appreciated at Glastonbury by the crowd that attends?
I think so. Yeah, I know they played because obviously Dave Grohl's a massive, big fan of Motorhead and really good friends with Lemmy. And I know they played Hyde Park with the Foo Fighters, which I thought was really great of Dave Grohl to do that, to have Motorhead on that bill.
Yeah.
And I think they went down because everybody knows the Ace of Spades. Doesn't matter if you. I've just bought the last Foo Fighters album or you've just bought a dance album. As soon as they play Ace of Spades, people know it. And probably the best performance of Ace of Spades to me was when it was on the Young Ones.
Yes.
That was just cool when I was a kid. I remember seeing it. And that wasn't the classic 3 lineup, but it was so good. It was like, if there's 2 things that should go together, it's Motorhead and the Young Ones TV show.
Yeah,
really was. But yeah, getting back to gigs and stuff. The top 10. Sorry,
that's all right. But we'll just run through, and then because obviously Download Festival's number 2. That has 110,000 capacity.
Which me and you have been. I've been quite a few. And you've been with me once, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been with you once. Really enjoyed it. Lucky we had the good weather.
Yeah, we did. I was dancing in sick in a tent. Wasn't I, that time?
And we just kept playing Lynyrd Skynyrd on your. What do you call? What's a politically correct name for a tape recorder these days? I was going to call it something.
Sonic Boombox. Sonic
Boombox. Yeah, we was playing that over and over, and everyone loving it. We just
no one else had them, did they? No one else had brought. And we just kept running out of batteries all the time, and we just had Skinner playing, blaring out all the time. You know, like a real bunch of country rednecks.
I mean, I think, that's so many years ago. When I think about it, I think that was 2006. It wasn't that long ago. I was still in my 30s, so I think things have changed, though. But
exactly.
But that's that
was one of the grossest things though when I was dancing that guy's sick, wasn't it?
We'll actually I'll talk about that later. I'm not sure if people want it, but we'll maybe that get brought up.
It's funny, isn't it?
But yeah, second biggest at 110,000 capacity. Then the next one everyone knows, V Festival. What's your take on that?
Have you been there? I've been there a couple of times.
Have you?
I've been there quite a few times. I tell you, the best band I saw it there was probably Beck.
Oh, right, okay.
Like where it's at, 2 turntables and a microphone, Devil's Haircut. I've always liked him, but he was really good. He performed and he had like a horse's head, like a rubber horse's head. It was just really bizarre.
Rent-a-ghost.
I saw the Chili Peppers there. I'd seen them quite a few times as well back in the day in smaller venues when they weren't the super group they are now. And they were dreadful. Absolutely, in my opinion, people loved them, but I just thought they were dreadful. Honestly, it was just like really lame.
But I didn't know you'd gone to the V Festival, to be fair. So I'm quite surprised.
I've been quite a few times,
because you associate it with the kind of pop culture kind of.
It wasn't though at one point. It was kind of a bit more diverse then, especially someone like Beck playing. I think the Fun Loving Criminals played that year, who were quite good. And then all of a sudden, it's become a bit like Steps reunion, hasn't it?
Steps are getting a hard time on this show.
So they should. Anyway, what's
90,000 at the V Festival. The next one is the Reading and Leeds Festival, 85,000 capacity.
I've been to Reading a couple of times.
Anyone
know Reading?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they were great. Trying to think.
Not been to Leeds.
No, they're the same festival. They just rotate the days, don't they? So the people that play Reading one day will play Leeds the the day before. They just rotate it. It's the same lineup.
Yeah.
I know Masters have played there and stuff, but yeah, that it's a good festival. A bit more indie based, but they still have a few rock bands on there, which is good.
And the next one, Trev, I think this is something we probably would have gone to if we'd thought about it, but in a kind of diverse way, Creamfields.
Yeah, that's quite dancey, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know me and you quite like a bit of dance.
Faithless and a bit of...
yeah, Faithless, like Aphex Twin, that kind of thing, the Chemical Brothers, yeah. No, I don't know. I sort of skim the top of dance music, really. But yeah, I do like some of it.
I'd go to that if... I would have gone to that maybe.
Well,
maybe
our age, do you think it's relevant?
I don't know. I probably would regret it, but I'd go. Would you put glitter around
your eyes and like flowers in your hair?
Yeah, that's just a normal weekend for me. But
I have seen that.
Yeah, thank you. But I think it's because I haven't been. I just feel like it would be nice to
one to tick off.
Tick off. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen. Let's be honest. But 70,000 capacity there. Next one, I don't think any of us have been to. Well, I definitely haven't. Isle of Wight Festival, 58,000. No,
it seems like a real pain to get to. I know people that have been. It just seemed like a real pain, It really does.
Good, fair enough festival. It has a good lineup, don't they?
Yeah, it is. There's a really great heavy rock festival in France called Hellfest, and I'd love to go. I know loads of guys that have been, and it is brilliant. They cover every genre of hard rock, but it's a real pain to get to. Yeah. Especially our age, you think, no, thank you very much.
Well, because you have to sort. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's the accommodation side of things. But next one on the list, 50,000 attendance. I mean, these are still big numbers. Boomtown.
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. So if anybody does know about it,
let us know if you've been. How good is it?
Hit the microphone and tell us about it.
Yeah, we don't bother researching on this show. We just we don't.
Our
audience is the research. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Leave a message.
Wireless festival, Trev, 49,000 capacity. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, again, I think that's very. I've heard of it again. I think it's very similar to sort of Reading, isn't it? Wireless.
Yes, it is. From what I understand. Yeah, I think I'm meant to go.
Sort of stereophonics, kind of.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Them? To be fair, I'd be quite.
Do you remember them? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then down at number 9, we've got the Latitude Festival with 35,000 capacity.
I know a bit about that because friends of mine go every year. And
not going to upset them now, are you?
No. One of the guys, John, who does listen to us, he told me the story that when he got there one year, he was saying how kind of nice it is because there was like a Waitrose supermarket truck in the car park. There was like an old burger van. There was a Waitrose one where you could go and buy your different cheeses and stuff. So
it's like middle class, middle-aged demographic.
They have some quite. Yeah, they have some quite.
That sounds like our sort of thing, Trev. We're middle class now. We're not chimney sweeps sons anymore, are we?
No, but it's not very rock and roll, is it?
No.
To be honest, standing there with your kind of cagoule and
your cheese ball.
Your cheese, your smorgas, your rock and roll smorgasbord. That's a good name. That's a real good name for something.
That'd be the new festival.
Your rock and roll smorgasbord. That could be a good compilation album.
We're writing that one down now.
Exactly. Smorgas. How do you spell smorgas?
It sounds like a character from Lord of the Rings, but
it does, doesn't it? Smorgasbord.
Number 10, we've got Bestival. I don't know that at all. 30,000.
Again, I know the name, and I've heard of it. I've probably flicked through the lineup and thought, oh, that's not for me.
No, exactly. Yeah. So
again, if anybody knows anything about it,
let us know. Yeah,
leave a message. Let us know.
That's your top 10. I know you've been attending. When was your first festival, Trev?
It was Donington Monsters of Rock. I really wanted to go the year Metallica played Master of Puppets and stuff. I remember my brother going 1984 when Van Halen played.
1984?
I was just...
When you were 13?
Yeah, I didn't go then. I was 13. Oh. I really wanted it. My mum was like, no, my brother wouldn't take me because I'd been a bird and he just wouldn't have a good time.
You didn't drink as much then, did you?
No, the Ribena. I really wanted to see Van Halen. Lucky enough, I did see Van Halen back in the day, but not with Dave Lee Roth. And then I really wanted to go the year that Metallica played with Dio and stuff. That was but again, my brother didn't go. The first year I went was the year 2 people were tragically killed during Guns N' Roses. That was mental, absolutely mental.
What happened, Trev?
There was 127,000 people there. Iron Maiden headlined, and they were brilliant.
Yeah.
Those in the days where I'd actually stay and watch a headline act, because you had to come home by coach, and the coach it'd finish at 12 and you'd get back to the coach, and because there was so many coaches pulling out, you wouldn't leave there till like 2 in the morning, so you'd get back at 6. It was like a full 24-hour day. 12-hour day. Now basically what happened, people were so excited to see Guns N' Roses play that year, and I remember I was queuing up trying to get a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, and all the cross, the cover, the cross kind of thing, they'd sold out. The cross skulls, I really wanted one, and I got a really crap one, to be honest, in the end. But I remember like them warning people, because there was just a surge. You were standing at like the merch, and there was just like people running to the front, and you could see something was going to go on. And I remember Axl Rose saying, like, could you please push back, because it was just mental. Then we heard later on that 2 people had been tragically trampled on.
That's so sad,
awful. Yeah, so that's awful. Yeah. That was the first one I went to. And it was a real education. I remember Kiss playing there.
How old were you, Trev? About 15, 16?
Yeah, I was doing my A-levels. Yeah, 16. Because I remember a guy from our A-level college came with us as well, my brother and my cousin. And I remember like somebody peeing on the back of my brother's jeans during Kiss's set, which was really, really funny. And another one of the guys who listens to this they would throw stuff at anybody, and like he got an umbrella in the back of his neck, which was really painful, but they would just pee in bottles and just lob it. Tommy Vance did the comparing the DJ, God rest his soul, another great DJ top fella, but he actually wore an American football helmet when he was introducing the bands, because they were so busy chucking rubbish at him. It was just mental. And the beer fights, the bottles, was just mental. That's my kind.
That's your residing memories of that.
There was also some really like smaller ones at Milton Keynes and Metallica, like the big day outs and stuff. They were really good, because again that was the start of like 3 or 4 stages. So I remember like seeing Entombed, Monster Magnet, Black Label just like on a smaller stage. It was really that was really good. Yeah, that was great.
So the Monsters of Rock,
really good venue.
Monsters of Rock, that became Ozfest. Is that right?
It became Download.
It went straight from Monsters of Rock to what was where was Ozfest? Sorry for my confusion.
Ozfest was an American one. It did come over here a couple of times. I think I saw it might have been Tattoo the Planet with Pantera. I'm sure I went to Wembley to see something like a similar thing called similar to Ozfest, but that was mainly an American one, which was huge. I think really Ozfest made Slipknot. Slipknot played it when they first came out with the orange boiler suits, and it was just that made them. I was actually in the HMV for a Slipknot signing session. I didn't know they were signing, because I don't dislike them, but I'm not overly keen. I've seen them quite a few times. But honestly, I was actually buying Alabama Thunder Pussy albums, who were split up, who were a great heavy southern rock band. And basically there was just this huge surge of people, like kids and stuff. And I was just standing next to the door where Slipknot came out in their gear. Honestly, it was just carnage. It was just kids throwing themselves at them. It was mental. It was really funny. It really was.
I know they used to attract that kind of attention.
But it was quite fresh then, I can understand why people would love them,
Yeah, of course.
I really do.
Different. But
I just don't understand them live, because there's so many of them. They come across like the Keystone Cops. I'm like, what is that guy doing? He's just like banging on a couple of dustbins. I don't really know what he's doing.
It's percussion.
When I saw them once, it was I've never seen. You see a lot of people, as you know, when you've been to gigs and stuff. You see people in a right state, don't you?
Yes.
Like really drunk.
Yeah, it's like the only time they've gone out all year,
I've never seen people so drunk than a Slipknot gig I went to at Hammersmith Odeon. It was just mental.
It's a more younger generation, though, isn't it?
Slayer played with them. They were trying to cross, really good, like big genres. And I actually saw some bloke have a crap outside of the toilet. Yeah, exactly. And then get up, because he had the same Testament T-shirt on with me. Not that I had it on there, but I remember seeing it, and I thought, he's just missed the bowl there, and he just crapped on the floor. It was awful, mate.
This is the thing about festivals, isn't it? And this is why now, when I was saying we're middle class kind of Waitrose purveyors more now. We refuse to stay in the tents now, don't we? When we go to festivals,
you could never get the smell of a chemical toilet out of your nostrils from a festival weekend. It just stays with you forever.
And there's people peeing on your tent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the poor people that get there first put their tent on the top of the hill near the water tap, and then people just leave the water tap on, so their tent is just floating down. Or too near the toilets. No, that's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. So we tend to now being the middle club. What tends to happen now is we turn up. We book a hotel about a year in advance, don't we? And we turn up, and they think we're a couple or something because there's a single bed in the room, isn't there? On the thing. I think you do that on purpose, to be honest, Trev. You just want to share a bed.
Just very quickly, before we carry on about it, I'll have to apologise if there's like a snoring or a buzzing sound.
I thought it was you.
No, it's not me. No, it's not. It's actually my cat asleep next to me. It's not us actually falling asleep live on air. It's just my cat is absolutely sound out. He purrs like a jet engine.
Well, if you saw the size of him, you can understand why he makes so much noise.
I can just about get on the couch with him on there, so it shows you the size.
It's more like a lion.
Might have to. We'll put a picture up of him on the website.
Oh, definitely.
Get an idea of this snoring monster next to me. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, just saying. I noticed that bit you've sort of diverted away from, because I was just saying that I leave all the booking arrangements to your good self, and when we turn up at hotels now instead of obviously staying in tents, and when we turn up, there's a single bed.
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast. Yes. Yeah, we sleep in the same bed.
So long.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't care anymore. 20 years ago, I would have gone, we can't sleep in the same bed.
What I love about that is normally you get up first, or you wake up first, and I hear this,
that typical middle-aged
thing. I'm laying there, and I just look at you, and you're just leaning forward, and you're like, honestly, that is the most.
It's the best way to wake up, Trev. Come on.
When you're drinking, partying buddy is suffering something terrible, because for some reason, I don't know why, but me and you hardly ever eat at festivals.
No, we don't.
Worst thing you can do. We get saying, in a minute. And then the queues look huge. I can't be bothered now. And by the time we think about it, they've either shut or they've run out of everything.
And we're rolling around in the grass, as we said yesterday.
Honestly, and that leads to that feeling of leaning forward in a bed, sharing it with another 49-year-old man going, that's what it leads to.
And I'm so old now, I don't care. As I say, my dignity's gone a long time ago.
I think all you do is like brush your teeth, didn't you?
Yeah, you do
your hair in the morning, brush your teeth.
It's just sort of
beard oiling it up and beard balming it, and you're like brushing your teeth.
I just want to get home and have a shower and just get some sleep, some proper sleep, because it's by the time we get home or back to the hotel, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's better than standing in the tent. I mean, I'd still do it if there was 2 days at a festival and it suited us to sit in the tent.
Is we leave the site and try to get a taxi, don't we, back to the
you try that at 3 o'clock.
We always end up sharing it with some poor couple, or they must think, what have we done here? We should have just paid for it on our own. What are these 2 idiots rolling about in the back talking absolute nonsense? If anybody's listening that we've ever done that to, we do apologise, because it must have just ruined your festival. Just getting in a cab with us.
I don't think they would have been offended by it. You must just think.
Of course not.
I don't think we even get like that when we're drunk, to be fair. But I can see what you mean. I know what you mean. Though. You're getting a taxi, sharing it, and then we're in the back talking like we're doing now, to basically a different language. But so
I'll tell you, one of the biggest things for me, festival-wise, the biggest letdown is how, especially at the kind of more middle-aged ones like Ramblin Man and Black Deer, and if they're listening, please take note, is how bad the merchandise is.
Oh, God, Ramblin Man.
There's no thought gone into it or anything. It's just all they seem to think of is middle-aged rock fans. They either want something really offensive on the back. Really? Do you really want to be like that at 45, 46 and have swearing on the back? ZZ Top were really guilty of that when I saw them a couple of years back. And I was like, what? Why do you have to? Or it's like a really generic design on the front, like a kind of guitar with wings, trying to look a bit kind of biker Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, they just need a bit more thought going into it, a little bit more thought on the design, make it a bit more
Because you like your merchandise, Trev, don't you? You like to have something to remind you of it.
Yeah, I still wear that kind of stuff. Not all the time, because I remember when I was young, I used to think, I don't know what I'm going to wear when I get over 30, because I just wear band T-shirts all the time. I still wear some of the older ones, and I still would wear a Dio T-shirt or a Motorhead one. But yeah, honestly, you have said that. We always do the same thing. We walk up to the merch, look at it, and go, that's rubbish.
That's all right. Go
and
for another
walk
beer.
away, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Ramblin Man's a great. If you're our age, sort of between 40 and 100.
It's designed. It's designed for people of our age. I think there are younger people there.
Yeah,
but then how many younger people know who Focus are, unless you're really into it, or like Magnum? Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's much more relaxed than somewhere like Download. Yeah. You can still go to Download, but you obviously,
of course, you can.
The young rockers and metalheads.
Yeah, but if you don't want to step over 16-year-old in Slipknot hoodies, being
Ramblin Man's the place to be.
Ramblin Man is the place to be. Black Deer was good, wasn't it?
Brilliant. I really enjoyed it, Trev.
That was like an Americana kind of country festival. Yeah. But then obviously we were quite spoilt because they had the sort of stoner rock stage there as well, didn't they? They have a few stoner rock bands.
I'll definitely do that again.
We stood there because I like a lot of that, don't I? A lot of the sort of stonerish stuff. And that was really good as well. That we stayed there most of the night, didn't we? Yeah,
we might as well have stayed there, to be honest. I think we left about 4:00 in the morning or something. But
I think we did. Yeah, I think we did.
But on that note, Trev, I think I just want to, while I've still got the chance to, until you spin it round, I think I'd like to do a bit of testing, Trev.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes. So here we go.
It sounded like the PA was a bit muddled there. What road did you have sorting that?
Technical issues, Trev, again.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to hire him again.
It's not my forte. So I'm going to ask you 4 questions on Download. I know that you've not necessarily been there on these occasions, but I'll give you multiple choice. Just a bit of fun, inform some of the people, some of the things that have gone on. So number 1, who was missing at Download 2004? Was it Dave Lombardo, Danny Filth, Joey Jordison, or Lars Ulrich?
Lars Ulrich, because Joey Jordison played with Metallica.
And you are?
Yeah, because I went that year.
Well done. Lars Ulrich from Metallica was rushed into hospital, and drummers Dave Lombardo and Joey Jordison, among others, stepped into Metallica's step. You were there, were you, Jeff?
I think Joey Jordison actually wore the Slipknot makeup as well while playing with Metallica.
You had an extra value here, yeah.
Exactly, I'm sure he did.
Number 2, Trev. Who did Chino Marino join on stage at Download in 2010? Was it Rage Against the Machine, Stone Temple Pilots, Stone Sour? I wouldn't expect you to get this. Stone Sour, or 30 Seconds to Mars?
It's either... It's got to be Rage Against the Machine. I bet it's 30 Seconds to Mars, isn't it?
Yeah. And you didn't say it this time, so I can't give it to you.
No,
but
you can't. No.
That's the actor's band, isn't it? It was his Have Requiem for a Dream.
Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Fight Club.
Yeah, the most entertaining thing with him was when he got beaten up in Fight Club as Angel Face.
Chino Marino.
Before I get myself in any more trouble, this is the next question.
Sorry. Next question. Whose spoken word woke up Download Festival goers in 2005? Was it Henry Rollins, Chris Rock, Bill Bailey, or Russell Howard? Whose spoken word woke up Download in 2005?
See, Rollins does spoken word because I've watched a lot of them and I really like them.
What did we say before about going with your gut?
Oh, yeah. But then Bill Bailey.
He won Dancing on...
Oh, he did he? I thought he would.
Dancing on Split Ice.
Right, hold on.
You're not looking it up, are you?
Of course I'm not.
Oh. Okay. What are you going
Henry
with?
Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Spoken word.
It's right.
Yeah, because Bill Bailey's more of a comedian.
Exactly.
He didn't say comedy actor or anything. So Rollins. Yeah, Rollins is
Rollins did a comedy set on the Napster stage in 2005.
Yeah, he's great. Definitely YouTube the Iron Maiden one. That's all I'll say. It's very funny.
Good. Adding value again, Trev. Yeah. And at number 4, and the last but not least, which of these film stars were at Download 2006? And we were there, but not that we saw him. But was it A, Jack Black, B, Brad Pitt, C, Will Smith, or D, Tom Hanks? Jack Black, Brad Pitt, Will Smith, and Tom Hanks. I can confirm we didn't see him when we were there.
Gut instinct will say Will Smith.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, good.
Thank you very much.
Well
I actually knew that.
Did you? Why did you know you're building the tension or something?
Well, exactly. Yeah. That's what I thought.
How did you know that?
I remember. I don't know. I remember.
You bumped into him in the chemical toilet, didn't you?
Yeah. I did. Yeah. He was like, "Man, buy me a drink, Will. Buy me a drink."
I think it was more of a George Michael situation myself.
Yeah. Stay fresh, Jazzy, I said.
Will Smith was at the stage side at Download 2006 watching his wife's band Wicked Wisdom.
That's it, and they were terrible.
Did you see them?
I think we did.
I can't remember anything.
Smith, wasn't it? They were just terrible. Yeah, I remember, they weren't as bad as Linkin Park.
Oh, thanks for that. I really enjoyed that. Made my way to the front. Right, I'm changing the subject. Right, go on to something else. But festivals for now. So yeah, the Ramblin Man. Great if you like your rock music, your sort of 70s progressive rock and everything else. That's one of the places to go.
There's a load of different stages.
It's in Maidstone, isn't it? Yeah. Mote Park in Maidstone. It is. Hopefully, it will be on in 2021.
It's really well set up as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really over. Great. It's not crowded either, is it? You get a lot.
You can tell how much they sort of trust older people because not to drop their security in it, but they're really kind of lax when they let you in, aren't they?
There's going to be a load of people with masks and swag bags on this year going.
Yeah, because I remember one year going to Reading in one of my mates' campers. There was like 6 of us, and they virtually ripped it apart when they searched it.
Yeah,
they were so desperate.
They don't do anything there, do they? Stuff. Yeah.
Ramblin Man was just like, all right, lads, in you go, like a school fight, wasn't it? It was brilliant. We loved it.
And the Black Deer Festival, similar kind of thing. They did a bit more security, wasn't it? But don't get me wrong, all festivals are cool, but if you want ones that are more suited to our age group, then those two, and possibly Latitude, I would have thought. Yes.
Are a lot more suited. Go to Download, enjoy yourself, take your kids, have that generation thing. Wonderful. But be prepared, it's messy. Where you don't get that at these kind of middle-aged festivals.
No, exactly.
I'm not like selling them short, saying they're not fun, because they really are. But that's my advice. If we're gonna put them in the box of cool, yeah, festivals are cool to me.
I suppose if we're going to say that, I suppose
the weather.
The weather's very important. You can't predict that in this country. Exactly. To be honest, if it was really bad, I'd probably say, which we've done before, we'd probably turn up and not go because we wouldn't want to be getting muddy. We'd just go to the pub or something, just an excuse to do something.
I know it sounds really lame and stuff, but do you really want, just because you paid that money for...
That's why Desert Fest is good, isn't it? Because it's all indoors.
Yeah, Desert Fest is brilliant. Desert Fest is great.
Venues.
Yeah, you did different venues. Walk around. You got your
go home at the end of the night. Yeah,
brilliant. Yeah, and they've had some really great bands.
I've enjoyed that. The years I've gone to that.
Look that up. Yeah, definitely.
Desert Fest is cool.
Yeah, if you're into heavier stuff.
Yes.
I don't think you could go from listening to like Skinner. That's bizarre mentioning Skinner. That's the other thing very quickly is how annoying it is when a band like Lynyrd Skynyrd, like Status quoted back in the day, saying this is the last tour, this is the last time you'll see us, and then they headline a festival.
Yeah.
Or they go to. That's lame. Don't do that, bands. Be honest. I know it's money making. It's one big more coppers in the old funds before you retire, but don't do that because it just annoys fans. They just think it's a sellout. Black Sabbath should take note of that because they're the worst ones for it, and Ozzy.
Thanks, Trev.
Anyway, that rents out.
So I think we've kind of summarised already, but let's officially go for that with
play the music.
Oops, that's not the right one. Technical issues. Oh dear, I must get a new producer.
Motorhead's road crew. Motorhead's road crew can't be doing anything because they're not touring anymore. So get one of them in and work the buttons.
Sorry, Trev. I can't multitask. It's just not good enough. I know. But anyway, we're going to the summary. Forget about that. We can edit that out. No, I won't. To summarise, we've already summarised. To be fair, we haven't actually included gigs because it's such a vast subject. I think we'll separate that.
We do a second one about music. If we want to talk gigs, we do another one.
We'll do one.
We'll do one.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. As ever, we're happy to talk about anything.
Yeah.
But exactly. But from my point of view, with festivals, they're all cool. You have a good day out. We treat them more like gigs now, to be fair, because we tend to try and come home or we stay somewhere, don't we, in a hotel. As you said, like the latitude with the Waitrose would suit us, to be honest.
I think I've mentioned it before. Don't fuss in every band you want to see, because you'll just run around trying to, and it will take the enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
See the bands that you really want to see, but don't fuss it, because people walk around with timetables rushing about like they're on Piccadilly Circus. I don't think you're going to enjoy it like that. Relax. Do it.
Pick the ones you really need to see and space them out a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Get value for money if you want, and see all the bands, but you're just going to stress yourself out thinking I'm going to miss that. And loads of bands clash. I remember going, it was Download one year and Clutch and ZZ Top were on at the same time. It's like I was cursed. It's like, who do you see out of them two? And in the end, I'd seen Clutch so many times, I saw ZZ Top and caught the end of Clutch. But yeah, that's my advice on that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, some festivals, Trev, just quickly, some festivals like the Country to Country, which we were booked in to go to in 2020. That's classed as a festival, but it's actually you go home at the end of the day and go. It's indoors.
Exactly. I went to an APT one like that with Slayer, the Melvins, and Sleep played, and that was at Crystal Palace. Is that where the darts is?
I think that is, isn't it?
On the hill. That was brilliant. That was great. The weather obviously didn't affect it. So
where was the Faithless festival? Well, that was a festival as well, wasn't
it?
Alexandra Palace.
And
that was a 3-day festival, wasn't it, of some kind?
That was, yeah. There was other band. I don't know.
So it's not always the same thing. It's not always tents in the mud for 3 days. And drinking cider. They do vary, and there's enough out there to suit middle-aged people. So
everybody, yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely.
And as I say, maybe on our bucket list we'll get in going to one on the continent somewhere, Trev.
Or doing a cruise or something. I've been to Germany. I've seen it. Yeah, nice. They do cruises, don't they? Yeah. I went to Germany to a festival, the Nuremberg Rock and Ring. That was really good.
Oh, yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
No,
that
definitely.
was very good.
So I'm sure music's always going to be a topic we bring up more. As always, please leave us a message. Anything, don't let us know what we've got wrong.
Festivals, your festival experiences.
Favourite festivals, exactly. as usual, leave a message on the website.
AMLO. Ones we didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
please don't correct everything we've got wrong or the grammar or anything. Them sort of thing. We're going to make mistakes. We're doing this as fun. We're doing this as a live episode, so we don't. There's a lot of polished podcasts out there. We're not one of them.
That's just not us.
We want it to come across natural. So leave us a message.
It's like two older guys just talking.
Yeah, and we hope that it keep you company in these times, and hopefully give you some value as well. So please leave us a message, amlopodcast.com. We'll always try and reply to everyone if we can. So thanks, Trev, again, for all your input. As always, you're very knowledgeable.
All my rock knowledge.
It's all coming out there, and you all get the benefit of it. I mean, I'm always mesmerised by all the stuff Trev knows. I mean, it's really...
I can't lift my head off.
I'm still up after the Christmas, man. I'm still thinking about Christmas. Thanks again, Trev, for your input, and we'll see you all on the next one. See, till next time.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Oops, technical problems again.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a rating and review and visit our website at www.amlopodcast.com to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. Start living them good times. See you next time.